Hello there, welcome to our third video tutorial, and in this video we are going to focus on how to use Zoom to create an online class in the comfort of your home. Thank you. Now, as usual, go to your browser, and in this case I'm using Chrome browser. Type zoom.us and then load. The next thing is the website will open. Since you want to host a meeting, we are going to host a meeting. And when you are going to host options, there is a number of options. You can host the class with the video, whereby the students will see you. Without the video, the students can only listen to you but not see you. With sharing the screens, probably you're just going to take them through a document, a subject, let's say for readers or textbook and so on and so forth. Since you are new members and you don't have an account here, the next step is to sign up an account. There's a difference between signing in, signing up, and logging in. So we are going to sign up an account. When you try and sign in and you never had a previous account, you will get that message that you're not in the system. Therefore, you have to sign up. When you choose the sign up option, you'll be told to enter your date of birth. Choose the date in the drop down option, as you can see, the day and the year. The next step is to put in your email. In this case, that is my email. Therefore, after putting in your email, I'm going to sign up. You have already signed up. You're going to get a notification to check an email to activate your account. Therefore, there is an email that is sent in your personal email account that you used when signing in. Go to that email. In the mailbox, check for an email from Zoom. There it is. Open that email. You will see an activate account button. should include your password should include at least one letter, meaning one or more, and at least one number, meaning one or more, and then include both. The password should be at least with the lowercase and uppercase characters, as you have seen. If your password does not fulfill those requirements, it's going to be rejected. Therefore, you have to make sure your password meets the criteria that has been set. Now, after doing that, entering your password, now you go to continue. Here we go. After clicking continue, the next page that opens up is for you to invite, let's say you have your colleagues. If you are a teacher, you have your fellow teachers. If you are a tutor, you have your fellow tutors who are not using Zoom, and you want to invite them, to encourage them to use Zoom. You can enter their domain, or let's say their email, on the spaces shown. In this case, I don't want to invite any person. The next option is to confirm that you are not a robot by checking the I'm not robot checkbox. Then lastly, like I've said, I'm not going to invite anyone, so I'm going to skip the invite option and go to happening. You go to start meeting. Now, in your screen, you'll be able to see a personal meeting link. This meeting link, you can use the meeting link to share with your guests or students who want to join the meeting. Otherwise, if you're just here to plan for a lesson that is going to take, you're going to undertake that lesson sometime in the near future, you go up there to schedule meeting, so that you can share that meeting ID in good time for your students to prepare for that lesson. In this case, I'm not going to schedule for a meeting. I'm going to jump into a meeting, or I'm going to immediately launch a meeting. Therefore, I will select my launch meeting option. Wait, the website is loading. Remember, the same process can be applied when you're using a smartphone. Now, of course, when you're joining a meeting or launching a meeting, you have to join with your computer audio. Automatically select that option so that your host, your guests or students can hear your voice. This is the dashboard or screen that appears after launching the meeting, and you can see we have a number of options: join audio, screen share. We're going to discuss all these options. We're going to go through all these options. It's also important that you note your password. This is your password that any moment you share your link or meeting ID, you have to accompany it with the password, so that whoever wants to join the meeting uses that to join that meeting. And remember, we also made a video on joining a meeting or attending a class. You can check that video in our earlier videos. Now, I'm also going to show you, suppose a student has joined or wants to join this class. The same time, I'm going to show you both the screens of the teacher and a student who's actually joining the class. Now, in this case, I'm going to note down my meeting ID. You can actually record this lesson Maybe for students, you want to share this lesson in future with other students who never attended that class, or you're just preparing for that lesson. You can actually have a meeting with yourself or a lesson of yourself. You record that lesson, then share it with your students sometime, or prepare it as a continuation of a lesson that you are probably going to create or host. Now, in this invite others, when you check that or select that, you can invite students through their email, and you can see we have already Gmail embedded in this website, Yahoo Mail also embedded, and other emails. However, if you check up there is invite people to join meeting. There is that 56138200504. That is what we call the meeting ID. This meeting ID, and down there we also have meeting password. That is 3 small d capital D 5 capital P and small b. That is what we refer to as the meeting password. When you share the two to anyone who wants to join this class, he'll be required to use that meeting ID up there and meeting password to join this meeting. However, you can still copy the invite link, share it with whoever you're sharing, and they're good to go. Now, we are going to see, now this is a student who wants to join that meeting that we have already begun, or that lesson that we have already begun. We want to see the screen of the student. I'm actually using 2 laptops, and the same applies to when you're using smartphones. The same steps applies. So that should not be a problem or a reason to say that you don't have a laptop, therefore you cannot create a lesson or host a lesson. The same process, go to zoom.us, and then here after the screen launches, go to join meeting, because we are joining a meeting. I'm going to enter that meeting ID that we already discussed earlier. After putting the correct meeting ID, go to join meeting. You'll be prompted to open Zoom meeting. Just go to open Zoom meeting. That comes is to enter the password. After entering that password, the teacher has to admit you in that class. Now, we have already, and you can say, please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon. The teacher screen. Now we are looking at the teacher screen. We have already requested the teacher to join his class or her class. This is what happens. Now, in this case, this student called Guru has entered the waiting room for this meeting. It is up to the teacher to admit. Now the teacher has admitted that student in that class. The screen, our screen, with the student. We also have what we call the whiteboard. This is a software already in the Zoom application, and in this whiteboard, for example, I want to assume I'm a teacher. and I want to teach these students who have joined my class this lesson. I'm going to introduce the lesson like this, using the whiteboard feature. Now you can see I'm typing welcome to a class. This is the teacher screen, and I will show you the same information appearing as immediately I start typing on my screen. The same information appears on this all the students who will have joined my class. So I'm typing on my screen. I also show you the same information being displayed on the students screen. Now that is the topic and the subtopic and a little bit of the introduction, and you can see we have a number of features on the whiteboard option. You can save, you can do a number of things that it's up to you as the teacher to check out these features. Now I have already started a video. Now the students are able to see me. If I enable the video feature, I can also use any other feature. There is the remote control option, and under remote control we have, for example, any student who's going to join the class later can automatically be admitted when I enable the remote control. I have disabled the video feature. If I don't want to be seen, I can actually use the mute feature, and we have a number of options there under mute feature. We have the start video feature. You can change the background. In this case, you can see there is some chair there next to me and a wall. If I don't want the same things to appear, only me, I can actually change the background to my suiting, to the choice of my liking. And this is how we can change the background. Make sure you have a template or what you want to use as the background. You have saved it somewhere. Look for it. In this case, I just want to use any picture that I'll find to show you how you can change your background very fast. I'm just going to use any of the pictures I'll meet. Now that is that logo feature. I want to use it on my background. So after going to, you have to manually pick the background as you have just been doing, then use it. You can see a solid color background is required, green color is preferred. Choose any background. In this case, I was using the logo as my background, and then I go to manually pick the color. From that option, pick it, drag, and you can actually rotate your screen from one end to another. I'm going to pick the color that I already selected and then place it there. You can see time. I'm not going to take a lot of time on changing the background. You can see we also have other options. You can record this video. You can actually record the video or the lesson. You can check out all these features. You can record the audio separately and the video separately. We have a number of features here. Very interesting features for you to check them out and discover. The audio feature, video, screen sharing, all those are statistics. Then you can also create keyboard shortcuts. to use the keyboard shortcuts that we have here, you have to check the boxes so that they are activated or they are active. But I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to show you. You can use all these features to make your lesson interesting. All this is to help you as a teacher to make the lesson interesting. When you go to accessibility, you're also going to see accessibility. You can use caption font size to be normal, medium or large, the way you like it. And when you go to more, there is also chat. You can actually chat with your students individually or at the same time. Privately chat a specific student, maybe is doing something that is not part of the class. You can text them privately, or you can text them on the wall whereby everybody else can public chatting on public. Everybody else in that class is able to see that conversation. All these features. And actually, probably you are watching a video and you want to share the sound for teachers who are teaching specific sounds of animals and so on and so forth. You want to share that sound. That feature is there. All this. Now, in the participants feature, if you want to see all members who are in this class, currently, as you can see, it's me, the host. That is my name, Hightech Guru, and same me using another computer, that is Guru. So you can see in this class we have two participants, me and myself. Of course, I'm using another computer so that I can be able to take you through this video tutorial. If your class has more students, you'll be able to see all of them on the participants feature. You can see there's an end option here. If you want to end the lesson, go there. Now, I want to show you the student's screen from where we stopped. The student was requesting to be admitted in this class. Now, we want to see from there, if you admit the student the way I admitted this student here, what happens in their screen. This is the student's screen. Of course, the students also have to join with the computer audio. This is the student screen. And this student screen, the student is also able to invite other students. The options are there. I was introducing my lesson there, and this is the screen of the student. Remember, this is the screen of the student. I actually activated my video, and you can see my video is also appearing on the screen of the student. And then I deactivated the video feature, and the same video disappeared. When I activated the video again, the video came back with the background. Remember, the first video feature had no background, and when I changed the video after putting a different background, the same video reappeared on the student screen with the new changes of that background. Therefore, you can see that background that I chose earlier on. Now, this is the student's screen. You see, on this student screen, when I'm speaking, it's able to show up there that the teacher is actually talking. For example, I'm teaching through and I'm speaking through my audio. It will show you there. Now, you can see participants. The students are also able to see how many participants are in this class. And let's say the student has a question or wants to say something. You can see on that participants feature, then there is the message section down there. The student is asking this question has been shared on public. Everyone is able to see that, but you can actually change if you don't want everyone to see your question. If you are a student and you want to probably ask a question privately, you have to on that everyone option, there is an option that allows you to privately send either the teacher or fellow students a message. The student is also able to either mute or unmute his or her microphone. If he doesn't want to speak, he just mutes his microphone, and if he wants to speak, he has to unmute the microphone. Maybe you find that in a class some students are making noise. The same feature is in the teacher screen, whereby the teacher is able to mute all the students until the lesson is over, or he can be able to deactivate the message. No student can chat with any other student in that class, and any other feature. Very, very interesting application. Please try and check it out for teachers who want to kickstart online learning at once. Now, the student can also be able to record. For example, if he wants to watch the class later, is able to record that class later. You can see that option of recording I've just activated, and it's now active. You can see we have a number of features there. So remember, the student can also still invite other members as the lesson is still on. There is that invite feature. If the student wants to raise a hand, in this case, in a case whereby the teacher has muted all the students, therefore nobody can speak without the permission of the teacher, the student has to go to raise hand feature there down on the participant section and choose raise hand. And when he raises his hand, this raise hand feature is also displayed on the teacher screen and is able to unmute that student and give him or her a chance to ask a question or say something on the lesson. Okay, that is a very interesting feature, raise hand feature, one of a very uniqueness in technology. This feature is not in any other application as far as I know. Therefore, Zoom, like I said earlier on, is the best there is currently for online classes. This is the teacher screen, and you can see up there when you are talking as the teacher, the feature will show you the teacher is actually teaching or talking. I already activated the recording session. I want probably to record this session, which I'm going to use it for future reference or share it with my students who missed that class and so on and so forth. So it's also interesting that if even for those students who are not going to attend that class online, you can share the video later and they'll be able to follow the class. So there is no excuse for a student to miss a class. They can request the offline video of the same class. The student just texted me in my screen. As he was texting there, the message has just come in at the moment he sent there, and you can see the message has come privately in my inbox. I've even seen the message. Remember, I deactivated the start video. That was the question from the student, and that is the question the student posted for everyone to see. Then there is that private message, can I have an assignment? If the student wants an assignment, and the message is from the student in that other computer that I'm using, who is Guru, to who? To me, who's the host or the teacher. By the way, it's very important to note that when you are the teacher, you have to control your class. Therefore, when you go to that mute function, it's good that you deactivate mute and ask your students if they have a question to raise their hand. And when you're talking about raising their hand, it means they go on their screen there, then select the raise hand feature. Then you can be able to unmute them for them to ask a question or chat a message for everyone to see. So that feature is very important, especially when you are dealing with students who cannot keep it to themselves. If you are teachers, you probably can relate to what I'm talking about. So this is all about class control. Remember, you can actually exit full screen. Probably you want to reduce your screen. You want to navigate between your Zoom class and the dashboard or the desktop. You can actually resize the screen. When you're talking about sharing the screen, probably I talked about sharing the screen earlier on. You can share the screen with the multiple participants at the same time. You can share your screen. Maybe a student was left behind on something. They joined the class late. You can share the screen with one student and show them where you have reached from where you started, and so on. You also we can maximize, minimize. We can stop that recording. For example, we've come to the end of the class, you have to stop the recording. Then remember, we talked about the start video feature, whereby if you want to be seen by your students, make sure you activate that feature. If you want to be seen by the student, deactivate that feature of the start stop video. Talking about going back to the chat feature, I want to look at the conversations that are going on. Remember, we said you can chat with everyone at the same time, you can chat privately and so on. Now, that is the message from who? The student to everyone. Hello teacher, I have a question. What is a computer? That is a message that was shared to everyone. Then there is that private message, can I have an assignment? Assuming that the class has come to an end and you forgot to give out an assignment, and other students probably don't want to take the assignment home, and there is this student who's always active in your class, reminds you of the assignment, and he doesn't want the rest of the students to know that he's asking for an assignment. He has sent that message privately. So I can actually privately also, if you're a teacher, you want to privately reply to that student. So that private feature gives you that opportunity as a teacher to be able to get the needs of your learners, interact with your learners, understand your learners at a more personal level. Therefore, I'm assuming I'm the teacher in this case. Yes, I will send you the assignment. I've also just replied that message privately. Now, when you're going to, you can actually upload. You can see when you're going to message there is an option for you to access, for example, assignments. You've saved the assignment somewhere in your computer and so on and so forth. And remember that feature that I talked about, you giving the students to chatting publicly and not. I want to tell my students we are going to meet next week same time for the class. Yeah, these are just things that you do when you're concluding your lesson. So that is that. I've posted that message, and I'm going to show you this, and then going to end my lesson there, end the meeting for everyone. So that is the end of my lesson. So the same messages, the way I was ending my class, I want to look at the student screen, what is happening in the screen of the student. Learning part of the students. Remember when I activated the video feature before I went and ended my class, I also tried to activate my video feature, and that was the video. Immediately I activated it, that is what was seen from the student screen. The students can be able to see me. Of course, I tried to edit the background and so on and so forth. Then I also deactivated that video feature. I went on to reply to their messages. I know the video has been long, most of you are tired. So if you have any question, any follow-up, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave your questions in the comment section below. And please teachers, you have no excuse right now. Try and help your students revise for KCSE, revise for KCP. You can still continue with your syllabus, either whether the students can access the internet during the class or not. We talked about the record feature. We talked about planning for classes in time. The ball is in court as teachers. Principals, you can also encourage your teachers during these corona times to try these features. I know most of schools are having online lessons, but I don't know if they're using Zoom. Therefore I want to challenge it. Yeah, when I ended that class, now this is you can see that message. When I end my class for everyone, the same message applies to the students, and that marks the end of my tutorial. Thank you for staying with me up to this end. Please, again, don't forget to subscribe and watch out for new videos. Remember, we talked about websites and resources. We are yet to even start any website. Those are our upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Bye. Thank you.